Howdy ho, folks. It's your multiversal medium here for something completely different. So, a little bit ago, I did an April Fool's Day video where I made a game-breaking build with an Argonian in regular Oblivion known as Cakes on Makeup. Today, since the remastered version came out, all the rumors were true, I decided let's try to remake that broken build and see how far we can go with it. I'm thinking of doing a little mini series of sorts where I will play the original version of Oblivion with Cakes on Makeup in all her game-breaking glory for lesser-known side quest odds and ends, stuff like that here and there. And then we'll also immediately switch over to the remastered version of Oblivion and see if there's any differences. If like just small inconsistencies are there, if that quest that's broken in regular Oblivion is still broken in the remastered version, so on and so forth. But yeah, figured should be fun. You guys might like it. First thing we're going to be doing is we're going to be trying to remake Cakes on Makeup in the entire build as a whole. But before we get into that, we need to start a new game, which means a whole new cutscene. I will like to point out one thing. I did mess with the character creator a bit, so you can see that little continue. But the opening cutscene, I'm going to be quiet. But I would like to point out one thing that you guys should pay attention to. It's the same thing I pointed out in the April Fool's Day video. Weirdly sized individual. I want you to keep an eye on where he should be. Because the devs realized he was weirdly sized apparently in that cutscene, and they did something instead. He's not there no more. Anyways, let's get into it. New game.
I was born 87 years ago. For 65 years, I've ruled as Tamriel's emperor. But for all these years, I've never been the ruler of my own dreams. I have seen the gates of Oblivion, beyond which no waking eye may see. Behold, in darkness, a doom sweeps the land. This is the 27th of last seed, the year of Akatosh 433. These are the closing days of the third era and the final hours of my life.
So the keen-eyed viewer may have noticed they completely changed the area where that dude was walking in the original opening cutscene and just filled it with a bunch of trees. But you may notice the graphics are a bit lower than probably what the heck you're working with at home. Yeah, we're working on a Steam Deck, buddy. Should be interesting to see what the heck we're working with Steam Deck wise. It is Steam Deck verified, so it should work perfectly. Right, Bethesda? This should be working perfectly. You got it verified. But so I'm going to be trying to make a Cakes on Makeup, just like last time. That being said, it is going to be interesting as we do such things. I already did mess with the character creator a bit, and I was able to get something along the lines of how the heck I wanted her. Just off screen. Okay, looks like we're gonna have to go with young if we want any sort of lipstick thing, and I think we're gonna be messing with the head from there. Anyways, guys, I will be right back as I just wonderfully destroy the shape of this lizard's head to try and make it a bit more boxy. Yeah, boxy. I want something like a rectangle with sharp jaw lines. Yeah, man. That's what the heck we're going to be working with. Yeah. All right, be right back. There we go. She perfect? No. No. No Argonian will ever be as perfect as the original Cakes on Makeup. But she does look horrifying in her own unique ways. You know, a different monster for a different generation. You know how it is. Either way, I think this is about as good as we're going to do. Until some wonderful modder for the new Oblivion lets you properly put on lipstick on Argonians again. I don't know why they took that away. But the best we can do is just this. So yeah, Nexus modding community. When are we going to get that wonderful, like, freaking makeup lipstick specifically for Argonians? I want some puckers on these boys and girls. Kind of the boys. Sometimes the girls. Anyways, let's get into it and see how different this game is.
Hello.
Hey, lizard. It must break your heart, huh? Being so close to the water, knowing you'll never get to swim again. You know, sometimes when they let us in the yard, you can hear the sounds from the lake. The boats, the gulls, so close. No, you'll never get to swim again, Argonian. But don't worry, you'll be dead soon enough. That's right, you're going to die in here. Hey, you hear that? The guards are coming. For you.
Baurus, lock that door behind us.
Yes, sir. My sons.
So one thing you may notice from
We don't know that.
Remaster to New Oblivion, they seem to have kept all the same voices. Like all the audio from the last game, voice line wise.
This cell is supposed to be off limits.
Which is nice
Up with the watch.
in its own
Never mind. Get that gate open. Stand back,
charming
prisoner.
way.
We won't hesitate to kill you if you get in our way.
No sign of pursuit, sir. Stay put, prisoner.
Good. Let's go. We're not out of this yet.
You. I've seen you. Let me see your face. You are the one from my dreams. Then the stars were right. And this is the day. Assassins attacked my sons, and I am next. My blades are leading me out of the city along a secret escape route. By chance, the entrance to that escape route leads through your cell.
Did he just like stance up on me? Like 100% just like that you want to throw down? Is Uriel Septum legit wanting to throw down with Cakes on Makeup? Because yeah, I'll throw down, man. I'll throw it down. No, we need to stay true to the game-breaking build that we did last episode. Okay, no, we gotta stay true.
Perhaps the gods have placed you here so that we may meet. As for what you have done, it does not matter. That is not what you will be remembered for. I am your emperor, Uriel Septim. By the grace of the gods, I serve Tamriel as her ruler. You are a citizen of Tamriel, and you too shall serve her in your own way. So do we all. But what path can be avoided whose end is fixed by the almighty gods?
Please, sire, we must keep moving. Better not close this one. There's no way to open it from the other side.
This doesn't concern you, prisoner.
Looks like this is your lucky day. Just stay out of our way.
Getting distracted by new things. No, we got to continue. Forward. Forward. Got this whole RNG manipulation thing to do. It was total BS because it was an April Fool's episode. That was fun.
Stand aside, prisoner.
Oh, you're glowy. How do you get LED robes, man?
Close up left.
I want LED robes. Let's see here. New everything. New menu. New fun. New... Well, I wouldn't call this an upgrade. But I would call it fly. Just, kind of fly you want to, leave you alone.
Back now.
Any butt.
Don't.
Did they seriously just go all in with like furry rats? Why? Why? Why did they give like rats way too much fur? You know what? It's Unreal Engine. It's Unreal Engine. That's the answer to everything that's ever going to be wrong with this game. Unreal Engine. Oy effing vey. Oy vey. How unoptimized is this game, do you guys want to say? Like how unoptimized do you think they made it? Like 120 some gigs just so we can see rats with patches of fur. They still didn't replace their names with skeevers. I can't believe this. 0 out of 10.
Deja vu, I just been in this place before. Higher on the street, and I know it's my time to go. Going new, and the search is a mystery. Standing on my feet, it's so hard when I try to be me. Whoa, deja vu, I just been in this time before. Higher on the beat, and I know it's a place to go. Going new, and the search is a mystery. Standing on my feet, it's so hard when I try to be me.
After a bit of tutorial nonsense in the usual dungeon, the game feels different in weird ways. Things like alchemy ingredients, when harvesting them, honestly, it feels like they completely messed with the odds. I don't know if you can fail at harvesting an alchemy ingredient. If you can, it didn't feel like you could. And as soon as you interact with one, the alchemy ingredient just kind of puffs away and disappears, which is whatever. It's whatever. But the odds of alchemy harvesting and just getting reagents is way higher than should be at this point in the game, because that was something that was raised with your alchemy skill. So I'm going to assume skills in general are kind of changed to a degree in this remaster. Another thing I'm noticing, which feels a bit odd, is actually the hand-to-hand skill. And now, I never mentioned this in the April Fool's video because it's kind of effing hilarious. And I'm planning on following through with this, even if what I'm about to say is untrue or true for the remaster. But in original Oblivion, Freaking hand-to-hand damage is capped at 15. If you max out everything you can for hand-to-hand and all the stats and everything for hand-to-hand, the most damage you will ever do is 15 damage per punch. That is all you can ever do with hand-to-hand. There is no way to change that, not even with console commands. There is no way to raise your hand-to-hand. So what I'm noticing, though, is it feels a bit different, at least in this version of the game. I'm going to assume some back-end numbers are different. I think a few people have already noticed when it comes to leveling and other aspects of the game that some back-end stuff is handled differently. So we're going to have to wait and see if hand-to-hand can do more than 15 damage down the road. It may be similar to how Morrowind has hand-to-hand, but more of a weird hybrid aspect of it, because obviously I was instantly doing damage. In Morrowind, hand-to-hand is calculated by a certain amount of damage based on the skill level, obviously. But you first do damage to their stamina. And once their stamina is down, you then stun them and knock them down and do damage now that they don't have any more stamina. And honestly, it is infuriating to fight someone with hand-to-hand skill in that game because they will stun lock you. Which is hilarious when you do it to other people. Just stun lock them in an infinite loop because you took the time to learn how to throw hands. What I think is happening, at least from the little back and forth I had against the rats and the goblins and the like, is the more damage I did, I may have damaged their stamina to a degree, or maybe as they were swinging, they were losing stamina and I was doing more damage. Now I was getting a critical hit every 3 hits after starting on a goblin and then just constantly getting critical hits. No, the damage was upping as I kept fighting the enemy. So I'm going to assume the less stamina the enemy has, the more damage I'm going to do with hand-to-hand. At least that's how it felt. Okay, enough hypothetical back-end nonsense. Let's actually get into this stupid choose a sign, billing, well, who cares? Yeah. What's up, losers? Yeah, the damage just will generally increase as you keep up on it.
She might be working with the assassins.
No, she is not one of them. She can help us. She must help us.
As you wish, sire.
Yeah. What you got to say,
I
man?
cannot understand why I trust you. They've not seen what I've seen. How can I explain? Listen, you know the Nine, how they guide our fates with an invisible hand. I've served the Nine all my days, and I chart my course by the cycles of the heavens. The skies are marked with numberless sparks, each a fire, and every one a sign. I know these stars well, and I wonder, which sign marked your birth?
I understand now what I think. I'm getting a weird sense of something when watching Uriel Septim talk, and I'm going to assume any dialogue with any NPC is going to be like that. It feels like I'm talking to a civilization NPC. You know how they just kind of like cycle through various idols while you're reading this huge paragraph upon paragraph of Gandhi wanting to nuke you or whatever? That's what it feels like when talking to any of these NPCs in the game. Anyways, we're following through with the April Fool's nonsense. Grab the serpent. Okay.
The signs I read show the end of my path. My death, a necessary end, will come when it will come. Your stars are not mine. Today the serpent shall sting the foes who seek your blood. My dreams grant me no opinions of success. Their compass ventures not beyond the doors of death, but in your face I behold the sun's companion. The dawn of Akatosh's bright glory may banish the coming darkness. With such hope, and with the promise of your aid, my heart must be satisfied. No trophies of my triumphs precede me, but I have lived well, and my ghost shall rest easy. Men are but flesh and blood. They know their doom, but not the hour. In this, I am blessed to see the hour of my death, to face my apportioned fate, then fall.
Did they give Baurus a frickin' beard? Is that Baurus right there? Like, did that dude have a frickin' full Urkel level glow up? Like, did you guys that don't know, like, Family Matters, I think that's the old sitcom. Urkel, the super nerdy kid that's like the inventor and kind of low-key becomes a mad scientist as the show goes on. Just a super wimpy nerdy dude. Looking him up nowadays, the actor, and you realize he is the buffest, most like one-to-one to that classic saying, be careful of who you make fun of in school, because he looks like he can rock everyone. He is freaking hot now. Did they just give Baurus a freaking glow up? Because he's looking good, if that's him right there.
To my grave, a tongue shriller than all the music calls me. You shall follow me yet for a while. Then we must part.
Yes, Baurus, you got to glow up, man. You looking good. Gosh dang, you work out now? Yeah, you're probably still insufferable.
Carry that torch and stick close.
Alright, bye.
Stick close and let us do our job, and you'll be all right.
Also, I love how Uriel Septum's like, I don't have any trophies for anything I did during my lifetime. Dude, you were around during the warp in the West. You freaking dealt with the evil, like, wizard dude. Well, you didn't deal with him, but you got kidnapped by him. You helped set in motion the frickin' Nerevarine prophecy and all that, man. Like, you did good. You did good.
You thought we'd go down easy?
You had 4 whole games before you finally got killed. You just...
Oblivion!
You know, this is the kind of Bethesda jank I was hoping for. Just senile old man walking away while the assassin just walks towards him at the same pace so they never catch up. Yeah, that's... How did they get the freaking Bethesda jank in a freaking Unity engine? God, hey, ow, dude, no, ow, dude, ow, stop, ow, stop. Naughty. Yeah. Did the game switch my spells without my notice? It feels like they switched my spells. What? Yeah, the game just switched my spells without my input. That's... I don't like that. I don't like that. I really don't like that it just decided that for me. I mean, if I want to live on the edge at 10% HP at all times and possibly die without using my heal minor wound spell, that's my prerogative. Not yours, game. Gosh dang.
Looks clear. Come on. We're almost through to the sewers.
How to say... It feels easier to jump around places too. The game's got a different weight to it when it comes to maneuvering. I'm looking forward to that, actually. So one of the things I wanted to do possibly in later episodes of this is showcase some of my favorite spots to get out of bounds in regular Oblivion and see if we can do the exact same thing in the remaster.
They're behind us.
And, we're just gonna have to wait and see.
Wait here with the Emperor. Guard him with your life.
God for the Emperor!
Your destiny calls you down a different road. Please help us. I can go no further. You alone must stand against the Prince of Destruction and his mortal servants. He must not have the Amulet of Kings. Take the amulet, give it to Joffrey. He alone knows where to find my last son. Find him and close shut the jaws of Oblivion.
I know it's because I'm playing on a frickin' what's up, man? Oh wow, you got the whole cinematic with the knife. Anyways, I know it's because I'm playing like on a Steam Deck and all the settings are low. But I love how gummy frickin' Uriel Septim looks when he's frickin' talking all the time. I could have beat him. I could have won. I just needed some time to regen. I'm an Argonian. It's in my blood, man. We're good at that. Anyways, let me choose my class.
I failed. The Blades are sworn to protect the Emperor. Now he and all his heirs are dead. The amulet. Where's the Amulet of Kings? It wasn't on the Emperor's body. Strange. He saw something in you. Trusted you. They say it's the dragon blood that flows through the veins of every septim. They see more than lesser men. The Amulet of Kings is a sacred symbol of the Empire. Most people think of the red dragon crown, but that's just jewelry. The amulet has power. Only a true heir of the blood can wear it, they say. He must have given it to you for a reason. Did he say why? Joffrey? He said that? Why? Nothing I ever heard about. But Joffrey would be the one to know. He's the Grand Master of my order. Although you may not think so to meet him, he lives quietly as a monk at Waynon Priory, near the city of Coral. First, you need to get out of here. Through that door must be the entrance to the sewers, past the locked gate. That's where we were heading. It's a secret way out of the Imperial City. Or it was supposed to be secret. Here, you'll need this key for the last door into the sewers. There are rats and goblins down there. But from what I've seen of you, I'm guessing you're an experienced knight. Am I right?
Fascinating that he thought it was the same thing as last time. Apparently just punching things to death means Baurus assumes you're a knight. Alright, so custom class time. Gosh, what'd I go with? I think I went with, what did I go with? I'm pretty certain I went with stealth. And then we chose, I want to say speed and personality. Athletics. Hand to hand, obviously, to throw hands. See here. Illusion. Acrobatics. Security. Speechcraft. And mercantile. I'm pretty certain that's the setup we went with last time. A horrible build overall. But enough to break regular Oblivion. Which isn't saying a lot. I mean, it's a Bethesda game. Just tickle a feather in front of those games and they'll just self-implode. Real easy. Real easy. Let's rename it to Meta like we did last time. See what the heck we're working with. Create the meta class? Heck yeah, man. We are now meta. I like how it gave us the combat freaking picture, even though it's supposed to be stealth based. Whatever. Moving on.
Really? I would never have guessed. Still, I don't think you'll have any trouble with rats and goblins. You must get the amulet to Joffrey. Take no chances, but proceed to Wayne Priory immediately. Got it? Good. The Emperor's trust was well placed. I'll stay here to guard the Emperor's body and make sure no one follows you. You'd better get moving. May Talos guide you.
Alrighty. So next thing we got to deal with is... Did they take out the pop-ups? Oh my gosh. That may be the biggest change they've done. They took out the frickin' DLC pop-ups. Yeah, I think everyone's kind of happy with that one change. That 100% probably won over most people. Okay. Alright, last thing to do. Edit the birth sign. Switch it on over to Steed. Actually, it says it fortify movement speed. Didn't it just fortify the speed stat? Whatever. We're looking at almost a 1-to-1 remake. This should crash the game. Why? Because this game's stupid. We in there? Yes? No? Frozen. Did we break the game with the same build again? Oh, there's so many things to test. Like paintbrushes. Do paintbrushes work the same? I doubt it. It's a different engine. But the game did freeze. I don't know if we're just doing a long loading screen or I did break the game. Oh, wait, what was that? Oh, nope. Oh, well, shucks. Very low poly. It's slowly rendering in. Gosh, dang it. I was really hoping we broke the game again. That would have been amazing. Okay. Looks like we're actually stuck with cakes on makeup for an entire side quest playthrough. Anyways, guys, hopefully you kind of enjoyed this. I know it's not the highest resolution. This may be a proper showcase of what the heck you're going to be getting, though, on the Steam Deck. I am also, like I said, going to mainly be doing lesser known quests, the side stuff. I'm not going to be focusing on the main faction stuff unless this series goes on for way too long, honestly. I'm going to be doing odds and ends. Anyways, I've got to go deal with the nest of ants currently living in my wall. So if you guys would like to, please pray for me. I yearn for death and the gods will not grant it. But if you're not the praying sort, feel free to like, comment, and sub. Mainly just to defy the gods in some way, shape, or form. Anyways, ciao, guys.